When you think of Kevin Durant, you probably think his insane scoring ability. But what makes Durant truly unstoppable? Is it his height? His skills? Or something deeper? In this video, we're breaking down the evolution of KD as a scoring machine. From his early years to his present-day dominance, Durant has transformed his game into an offensive masterpiece. But how exactly did he get here? Stick around, because we're about to go deep into what makes Kevin Durant one of the most unguardable players in NBA history. Let me tell you, when I first saw Durant play, I thought his skill set was unlike anything we'd ever seen before. But now, looking back, it's clear that he's constantly evolving. And that's the key to his sustained dominance in the league. Stick around, because we're about to go deep into what makes Kevin Durant one of the most unguardable players in NBA history. Today, we're not just looking at highlights, we're going deep into the factors that make Kevin Durant unstoppable. Let's take it back to 2007. Kevin Durant, the young rookie, stepping onto the NBA stage with the Seattle Supersonics. Remember them? Before they moved to Oklahoma City. At just 19 years old, Durant already had all the physical tools, but what stood out even more was his offensive mindset. He wasn't just relying on his height, which was impressive enough. He was already shooting with precision, handling the ball like a guard, and finishing with flair. It was almost like the NBA had never seen a player like him. I remember watching Durant as a rookie, and I was immediately drawn to how effortlessly he could score from anywhere. His scoring wasn't just about his size, it was about his understanding of the game. He could create his own shot in almost any situation, and at such a young age, that was scary. But this was just the beginning. Durant's early career was defined by his ability to score at will. That combination of size and skill, it was only a matter of time before people started calling him one of the league's best scorers. But there was one thing that set Durant apart from other rising stars: his work ethic. He was always pushing himself to get better, and that's something we'd see throughout his career. So where did he go from there? How did this 19-year-old scorer in Seattle turn into one of the most unstoppable offensive forces in NBA history? Let's take a deeper look at how Durant built upon this foundation and began to develop his offensive arsenal. One of the most fascinating things about Kevin Durant's game is how he's constantly adapted and added new elements. We're talking about a player who's mastered almost every aspect of offensive basketball. Whether it's his shooting, ball handling, or basketball IQ, Durant has honed his skills to near perfection, and this evolution is what makes him one of the most dangerous players on the planet. First, let's talk about his shooting. Durant's jump shot is one of the most deadly in the NBA, and it's not just because of his height. Sure, being 6'10" gives him a huge advantage, but it's his form, his consistency, and his ability to shoot over defenders that separates him from everyone else. From mid-range to beyond the three-point arc, Durant has the ability to score from anywhere. And that pull-up jumper? It's one of the smoothest shots in the game. When I think about how Durant's shooting has evolved, one moment that stands out is his time with the Golden State Warriors. Playing with other superstars, Durant didn't just take a back seat. He found a way to thrive, and his shooting efficiency went through the roof. He learned to pick his spots, and he became almost impossible to guard on the offensive end. But shooting isn't the only weapon in Durant's arsenal. Ball handling is another area where he shines. At his size, most players would struggle to dribble around defenders, but not Durant. He handles the ball with the grace of a point guard, making it look effortless. His ability to break down defenders one-on-one is remarkable, and his handle allows him to create his own shot in a variety of ways, whether it's a step-back jumper or a quick crossover to get to the rim. Now, let's talk about versatility. Durant isn't just a scorer, he's a complete offensive player. He can attack the rim, he can post up smaller defenders, and he can space the floor to knock down threes. This combination of skills makes Durant nearly impossible to guard. If you put a smaller player on him, he'll shoot over you. A bigger player, he'll blow by you. And if you crowd him, he'll simply pull up and bury a jumper. And here's the crazy part. Despite having such a well-rounded game, Durant continues to refine his skills. In his later years, his mid-range game has become even more lethal, and his ability to get to the free throw line has improved. It's this constant growth that keeps him at the top of his game, even as the competition gets tougher every year. But here's the thing, as good as Durant is offensively, there's one more piece to his game that makes him truly unstoppable. It's his mental approach to the game. Durant's basketball IQ and his ability to read defenses have grown tremendously. He's no longer just relying on his physical gifts, he's using his mind to outsmart defenders. And that makes him even more dangerous than before. But here's the real question. How does a player continue to dominate after more than a decade in the NBA? After multiple championships, MVPs, and finals appearances, what keeps Durant at the top of his game? The answer is simple adaptability. When you think about Kevin Durant's career, you can see how he's adjusted to different teams, different systems, and different challenges. Durant started as the go-to guy with the Oklahoma City Thunder, but when he joined the Golden State Warriors, he had to adapt to a system where he wasn't the focal point. But instead of struggling, Durant found a way to fit into the team's offensive juggernaut, and his scoring didn't take a hit. In fact, he thrived, earning 2 finals MVPs in the process. So, what's the takeaway here? As a scoring machine, he's adapted his game over the years and continued to push the boundaries of what's possible on the basketball court. But I'm telling you, we've only seen the tip of the iceberg. With more years left in his career, Durant has the potential to do even more, and it's that constant evolution that makes him one of the most unstoppable players of all time. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Kevin Durant's scoring evolution, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell goodbye.